What's up guys, Show3x4 here bringing you another vlog. I'm gonna keep the talking short because this video is probably going to be long. If we finally have the transmission, my coworker at work, which huge shout out to him, huge appreciate it for rebuilding this transmission for me. Super excited to get it back into the van, which is what we're gonna do today. So it's done and we're gonna grab it, throw it back in the van. I don't know if it's gonna get done today. It'll get done this video, but for my sake today, I don't know if it's gonna get done today. Taking it out, like I don't really pull trans a lot. I'm starting to get more and more into it. And there's a couple more little things I wanna do. I'm gonna change the battery. We gotta kind of put it all back together, put the exhaust back up. I do have I'll show you, I do have a stud on the exhaust that did break. So that's gonna be fun. Just little complications here and there. If you didn't see the video either, of me putting a new oil pan gasket and rear main on the van. This motor has 320,000 miles. So it's kind of interesting to see what it looked like pulling the pan off a 320,000 mile 6-liter V8. So I made a video on that. If you want to see that, go check that out. Otherwise, I'm gonna wait for Ryan to get here so he can help me move the transmission. And honestly, we're gonna get started. All right guys, so first things first, before we put the trans back in, we are going to try and get the stud out. Ryan's gonna weld the nut to it. See if we can get this broken stud out of the exhaust.
You got a parasite cuts.
Yeah. So, long story short, we have been here for 2 hours trying to mess with this. Didn't get anywhere. Basically our plan's gonna be, we're gonna throw the trans in, we're gonna try and bolt it up with 2 bolts, see how bad it leaks. If it leaks really bad, we'll try and drill a hole through it and nut and bolt it. If not, I'll just have to put a manifold on it, I guess. So we're just gonna throw the trans in and go from here. All right guys, let me tell you, I'm having a rough day and I'm bringing Ryan along with me because that's just how it works. It started with I'm working on a Ford today, well whatever. Anyway, trans is in and we've got some of the bolts, the bell housing bolts connected. Somehow one of the bell housing bolts grew legs and ran away, so I don't know where it went. Now Ryan's up there getting the rest in. I'm gonna start putting torque converter bolts in. Today's just been a mess, not gonna lie. Okay, trans bolts are in, the ones that we found. Bottom plates on. Bottom plates on, starters in, lines are connected, wires are connected. We aren't tightening this down yet because we're gonna put the exhaust on before we start it.
Obviously.
Is that it? Besides the drive shaft, obviously, but.
No,
because the exhaust hanger goes here.
We're on a Bluetooth drive shaft.
All right, guys. Day 2 and hopefully the final day. Last day pushing this stupid thing. Last night left off last clip. We pretty much wrapped it up. We got to throw the exhaust in, put the battery in, fill the tranny with fluid.
I'll put it in neutral for you.
Yeah. Put the drive shaft in, and honestly, we should be ready to drive it around. I drove right over the stick. Oh well. Yeah, it sure is. Okay, so we got the exhaust up like this. Ryan had to go to the store because I forgot to get these ring gaskets for the manifold to the Y pipe. So we went and got some of those. All right, the exhaust is in all the way. We got it, well, except for this mount right here that bolts to the back of the trans. We got this side hooked up, and this is our fun side over here. But we're pretty convinced that'll seal.
This is not.
We're about to find out though.
Not something we would normally do, but under these circumstances.
Yep. So
it's a $500 van.
We're gonna put the trans mount in, finish putting the hanger on, put the drive shaft on, put fluid in it, put a battery in it, and it should start. All right, trans is bolted up. Exhaust is on.
Mostly.
Have the drive shafts connected. All the wiring harnesses are connected. Everything's connected up.
Mostly connected up.
I think we're good. Let's drop her down, put the battery in, put fluid in.
Drop it off, okay.
Start it up. Well guys, I went to go plug this in, and every time I hook the ground up,
It cranks.
the van tries to start. It cranks.
It's not trying to start, it's a PCM or something. Hold on, let me go off actually. Can I go off really quick?
Tech, do it quick. Yeah, I went to go start. Yeah, it did. I think the starter must be froze.
It was in the on position. You had the key on.
No, I didn't. Look.
In the on position. No, I just turned it back.
It wasn't before though.
Okay, touch it again now. I'm sorry,
Yeah. Here, let me see your light real quick. See if I can.
That's what it looks like it might be. It looks like it might be touching or jumping.
All right, so here's Ryan saw
It looks like
that little wire. Let me try and zoom in. When I hook this up,
it looks like it's touching it. The other stud of
it's
it.
hard to see that little one right up there. Looks like it might be touching the ground.
No, it's
Or is that the ground? It might be touching the signal wire.
It grounds the block. That's the exciter wire.
I'm gonna loosen that up, see if it might be it. All right, so I mess with the wires. If this doesn't do it right here, we're good. Yep, it's connected. All right, hold on. All right, yeah, I guess we can leave. Well, I'm gonna pull it anyway. Okay, battery's hooked up, everything's good. Go for it. Does that have no oil pressure? Wonder if that's what it was.
Gauge hasn't gone up yet. There it goes.
Oh, it ain't moving yet.
Yeah, it's moving.
There we go. Why is it dying? I know, it's still. What's oil pressure? Huh?
It actually sounds good.
What's the oil pressure at? 30. Should be a lot higher, but at least it's moving it. Our exhaust held. I said our exhaust is holding.
Yeah, here, oh, here's manifolds.
Yeah.
I just gonna take the foot off the gas.
Damn.
Let's check the oil in it right now.
Yeah.
Check actually like where it's sitting at.
Yeah. All right, we got it running. It's idling now by itself. Go ahead and throw it in reverse. Yep. Oh, the other side's probably doing it too. It's open diff. Oh no, it's that side. Sick. Okay.
put it in first.
Yeah. We'll go through the gears when we drive it manually.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. Third.
That's not gonna do anything
Oh, yeah.
because it's like third lockout, but
Yeah.
cool. Oh, we'll let it run for a while. Sweet, boys.
Three ain't bad.
Let it alone, you can get away with 2 out of 3 bolts.
Don't recommend it, but possible.
All right, guys, something is majorly wrong. It's not going into gear at all. Hold on. We're gonna push it outside and figure it out. Yeah, I'm good. So here's what it's doing. If I put it in drive, nothing. Go in reverse. Nothing.
Ours are running all the way. You got a pulley that sounds like hell.
There's no fluid in the power steering pump. Well, guys, I'm sorry. So long story short, I'll explain about the van situation when I get there, but I gotta move this out to put the van in my garage, and I totally forgot to get a cold start for you, but here's an idle at least. Driving the show. So I'm taking this back to my work to set it there, so that I can take my van home and put this in the garage, and I'll do some more talking when I get there. But if you guys have been with the channel for a while, you've known this is my SHO that's in some critical condition, but still runs and drives when I need it to, that I'm restoring. I also have a hole in the floor and it is freezing, and the car's too dead to roll up the window, so I'm also freezing from that, but it is what it is. Not very far. All right, guys, so long story short, real quick here before we take off. The last clip you saw, the trans didn't work. And I was pretty frustrated. I didn't record anything after that. We pretty much just put it outside and said that was good. Well, the week after that, the guy who worked on it said, well, we'll pull it in. We dropped the trans real quick, took it apart, found an overdrive roller clutch that was burnt, or like it didn't hold anymore, so the gears turn both ways, and only supposed to turn one way because it's a one-way clutch. Got a new one, put it in, and now she runs and drives, and I will show you guys how it drives on the way home. Don't mind me, the doghouse is still out, so it's pretty loud, but runs and drives, baby. Yeah, guys, she's driving good. Like I said, it's impossible to talk to you because the doghouse is out, and I'm not putting it back in until I do spark plugs in it, but she drives good. All right, show you guys a full takeoff here. All right, guys. So this is the end of the trans video. The van does run and drive now. I got to drive it a little more so the trans can relearn itself. But otherwise, I was having yesterday I drove it for the first time. And I was having an issue where it died every time I'd come to a stop, or even in gear. If I didn't put my foot on the pedal, it was dying. And now it must be relearning because it's staying alive now. So that's the end of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Now the next video is going to be what we're doing actually right now. I brought this here. We're going to clean it up, go on the inside, clean all the crap out of it. I'm going to put plugs in it, all that kind of stuff, an air filter. Yep. Once we clean it up, then I'm going to put a idler and pitman on it, some tires, and start driving this sucker. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next vlog.